Yo and hello, it's me. Just call me T.M.E, and this is the 10th episode. And yes, I had to say it like that because I'm double digits, y'all. It is the 10th episode of PCPOV, and this episode we have the lovely Amira Ford. She is an author, she is a life coach, she is a parkour runner, she is a stand-up comedian. This girl literally does it all, and we get into all of it. We have us a little girl talk, talking about dating while wanting to be on the move, the importance of setting goals, how to best set goals. It's just a whole plethora of knowledge coming from this woman. So as always, pour up, roll one, and let's get into the show.
Oh, let me not put that out there. That's not right.
This is my first podcast, so.
Is it really?
Yeah. Thank you. Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm good.
Yes, it's Friday. How was your week?
It's been very busy. I actually been working at work, so.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's one of those weeks.
It's one of those weeks.
You couldn't just skate by.
No, just sit on the clock. No, had to put in a little work this week.
Okay, well, you got any plans for the weekend or rest and relaxation?
I'm gonna take my little cousin parkouring.
Parkouring.
Yes, she's 3, and I think it's gonna be epic.
A 3-year-old wants to parkour. Yo, that is crazy. Yo.
When you jump over stuff, like,
Yeah,
crazy
like when
stuff.
the white boys be jumping off of roofs and
Yeah.
I never heard of parkouring.
Oh, you never seen
Well,
the
it has an
Office
official
parkour? Like you never seen
I
it?
never watched it.
Oh my God, what have you done?
Just not.
Well, I mean that's kind of cool. How did she come up on wanting to parkour?
Well, I did it, and I thought it was epic, and she jumps around all the time, so I was like, yo, we got to do it. And then I just started Googling stuff, and they have a little kids one.
So you parkour?
No, I just did it once, and I thought it was fun. It was fun. You flip, you jump. I have video of it.
Oh,
it's
really?
Cool, yeah.
How acrobatic do you have to be to parkour?
You don't. Well, I did do a flip, so, no. You don't have to be that much. You just got to be willing to run and jump, really. That's it. At the end of the day, you just jumping over stuff.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
So when?
Agile too.
Well, yeah, I think that's what it is. I've lost a lot of my agility a long time ago. I've been being a couch potato.
Dig it.
Shut up. But no, that's dope. What about you? What you got planned for the weekend?
My son's birthday's today, so probably go to work on Sunday too.
Oh my goodness.
I might have
I'm making money, so I'm good.
Oh,
Good.
I hear that. I hear that.
Well, I may have a card. Happy birthday, son. There's some points on there.
Oh my goodness.
There's some points. There ain't no money on it, but there's some points. I got one more for myself.
Oh my goodness. Look at you with
Happy
all the
birthday.
gifts. You're awesome today. So today my guest is the amazing Amira Ford. Go ahead and tell the people, your name, your age, your occupation, and your relationship status.
Okay, I might have to go through that again. So my name Amira Ford, as you guys heard. What was that? My age? I'm 30. I think I'm 31. I think I'm 30. I'm 31.
You already at that age where you forget?
No, because you have the epic 30th birthday, and then everything after that is kind of like,
oh my
what
gosh,
happened?
yeah.
I'm 31, so that's real. What do? I'm a life coach, and I'm an author of the book, Focus My Life.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, there is a camera there.
Right here.
All right, yeah.
Right here and right here. That one too. And we're going to
And,
put this just like this.
Oh, dopeness. What else? What was the other question?
And relationship status. Are you dating? Are you single?
No, I am single AF and just rebuilding, focusing on me right now, and just slowly getting back on the scene.
That's important. A lot of people don't sit in the singleness. I asked that question because the last guest I had, he said he's married to his craft.
Ooh,
and
like
he
that.
can't find someone to enter into that threesome. And I was like, that's an interesting way to look at it.
I like that.
Because as an entrepreneur and as somebody who's a creative, you need people to be willing to not only support you, but be able to understand what it is that you go through.
Exactly, and understand the hours and what you got to do to put in.
Absolutely. What gave you the motivation for Focus My Life?
Myself, because I needed to focus my life.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I made it for me, and I knew it could work for others. So that's why I decided to put it in a book and sell it for other people to use it so they could focus their lives.
Where did you do like the research to find these?
Yo, I've been working on honestly for years because I've been had the idea. It just took me a while to focus in and actually do it. So even like the pre-version of that book, I was still like working through how that book was going to turn out.
Really?
So that is proof that once you put some focus in to what you want to do, anything could happen, and that's a result of the book.
It's so funny that this is in the book itself with the card.
Yes.
So I met you at Cups and Convos in Brooklyn. He and I attended together, and you had a booth set up. And it was just so interesting. Like, we're there to play games, we're there to hang out, we're there to have fun, drink, and carry on. And here's this big sign about focusing your life and setting goals and, you know, being productive. And then you had the little card, which was define your happiness level. And then you know, 1 through 10, you pretty much put what, you know, your money, your fun and enjoyment, family, friends, career, love, so on and so forth. And then you come up with a number. And then how did you come up with that whole process of your happiness level?
Well, as far as I'm a life coach also. A lot of life coaches use the happiness wheel. So most of those are coming from like different areas of your life. So I just took the most important areas and I put it on the card. At first I only had 9, and then the math was retarded. So I was like, yo, we need one more just so we can make it
to make it even.
Yeah. So I think physical environment was the last one, but that is so huge because where you spend your time is very important. It has influence on, you know, who you are and what you produce. So I thought it was a good addition. So that's how I got the 10. And then the idea was people are happy. I'm not the happiest. I'm like a 7.4. So I'm still working on being better. So, but other people are happier in areas that I'm not. So I really want to get advice from people that, you know, like if you have a high area in relationships or love, yo, give me some advice. How can I be happy? And I just want to share that happy advice with other people. And then people, of course, have their low areas. So it's like, okay, just because it's low, and the numbers are very subjective. Everybody's numbers is different. But whatever your low area is, I wanted people to know that you can just set a goal and make it better. You don't have to stay in this low area just because it's low. You can definitely do something. So I try to make a goal with people immediately so they can do something to change that number around. And just, you know, motivate people to just be better and be happy.
That is so dope, like for real, for real. So you mentioned that you created the book pretty much for yourself.
Yes.
So once you got done with creating it for yourself, like what was the goal that you were looking to accomplish when you started putting all of this together?
Make sure it works. That was the main goal because I know it works for me, but I want to make sure that other people can use it and it works in their lives also. So it's not just a me thing, and make sure like, yo, this can help everybody. This can go really big if people are actually using it, taking the action to their goals. Like, people are definitely going to be able to benefit.
I mean, I just feel like, so the closest that I think I've ever come to something like this was I don't even remember how I found her. I might have found her like on Facebook, like one of those Facebook sponsored ads. She had an Etsy page.
Okay.
And basically she called it the Life Binder. And it was pages that you would buy, print them out, and then you put them in a binder, and it's like separated in different things. She had one for travel. She had sheets for, you know, goals, sheets for brainstorming, sheets for like organization, habit building, and it was just like pages upon pages. I printed out pages.
Yeah.
But they're all sitting in the binder, and like I'm not using any of them.
And I was scared of that for the book too. Like, people were buying it, but like, are you using it? How can I make sure people are using it? But the other thing about the goal setting book is called T.M.E. Those concepts to me that's what my company is called, T.M.E. goals. But those concepts are thinking. Are you thinking about your goals? So there's an area in the book where you can think. Are you making a statement? Basically, are you affirmating about your goals? Are you talking positively about them? And then E is express. And a lot of people are creatives. Are you expressing yourself creatively about your goals? Even if it's drawing a picture or writing a poem or just doing anything, are you expressing yourself on how you feel about the goals? And so I feel like with those 3 things, T.M.E., that's going to motivate you because you're not going to talk about something if you're not going to do it, you know? You're not going to draw a picture, you know, and even if you draw a picture, you didn't do anything, I feel like your brain will remember it. Exactly. So those 3 things together, of course, with actions, I feel like you're going to be unstoppable once you start doing it and putting in that the actions, of course, is the most important.
So when you first, like, I guess, because you self-published, correct?
Yeah, I did it on Blurb.
Oh wow. So when you first like made your first couple of sales, or you gave them out to your first couple of people who tried it, like what was the feedback that you got?
People got really hyped on the color, and I thought that was really cool because I broke it down to the different colors. So I write it all the time in journals, but you don't ever remember where you went back to that spot. You know, you'll write goals in your journal, but you have to flip and find it. But with the color, you can just flip to, if I'm talking about career, flip to the blue. Spirituality, flip to the pink.
That's why the pages are different colors.
That's why all the pages are broken down. And then the colors mean something too, of course. I put a lot of thought into it. You know, health is green, money is green, career is blue, spirituality pink, because, you know, it's close to the heart. But,
oh my gosh,
yeah, it's
so
definitely,
cute.
it gets intense once you really
get
into it.
Y'all.
Once you
like,
really get into it.
It's all like, you know, doodles and like graffiti. And I love stuff like that. I love things like this. Like, I love, like, you don't even understand. I buy journals for all different types of reasons. Like, I have one that's just for like my show and like show notes. I have one that's, you know, just for, you know, dreams that I have. I have one that's like, you know, things that I have to think about and like questions and stuff like that. But this seems like such an easier way to do all of that.
Exactly. And that was the thing. I had a whole bunch of goals, but I had papers everywhere, or nothing was ever together. So my thing was like, let me put all these things together and make sure that I'm doing T.M.E concepts in my life. That's why there's a page for think, page for make a statement, page for express. And of course, my favorite part is the accountability page. At the end of each section, there's a reflection, so you can see, hey, did I level up or not? If you go back to your actions, you didn't check off your actions, you can't blame nobody if you didn't level up. You just got to look at yourself and be like, yo, I didn't do half the actions on my sheet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
What page is that on?
It's at the end of each section. At the end of each section.
Let me see. Express, levels, blah. Oh, ooh, and then there's the long-term goals thing at the back too. So you could do long-term finance, long-term love, which is what we're gonna get into in a little bit. And all this is, I think this is so dope. Like, honestly, I think this is like really, really dope, and I can't wait to start scribbling away in that one. So you mentioned about, you know, things that you need. And it's so funny because in preparing to do this show today, I happened to remember, you know, Psych 101 or whichever level it was, like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So did you do any like psychology research behind what you did, or was it pretty much just all focused on your personal?
No, a lot of research went into it because I've been doing a lot. I read a lot of books all the time, so I've been working on this since I had the T.M.E goals concept since like 2013.
Oh wow!
So I've been since then. It took a while. I had to focus. But since then, like, I just been having resources and just books that I've read. So at the end of each section, I have like examples of, hey, you should read this book. I think Think and Grow Rich is definitely in there. Meditation apps is on there. Just a lot of things that I like basically got together over the past basically 7 years. I just basically put it all into this book. So a lot of research went into it, but I didn't really one-on-one psych.
So yeah, like it just.
You said Napoleon Hill?
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, so that's a suggestion. You see? So I put a lot of things that people can, like, you know, use as a resource.
Because, like, you know, basically with how the hierarchy works is you have your physiological needs, air, food, water, sleep, things that your body absolutely needs. You have your safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, health, property. I feel like your book kind of fits right in that second level, like literally like from that second level up. Because then after that is love and belonging. We already looked through, you know, you have your love section. Esteem, respect, esteem, status. Clearly, if you're using this book, you're going to begin to care more about yourself, take more time, and be more, you know, mindful of what it is that you're out here doing. So your esteem will definitely go up. And then your self-actualization is like, that would be
basically the reflection too, you know, because you're reflecting on your life, giving you. And I think people don't even take time sometimes to think. And that's when I be at these different events, I realize how many people don't even take time to think about those areas of their lives. And we live, that's not our lives, but we don't take time to like think about what we want. We have goals, but we don't have time to even write them. So I feel like if you just bought my book and you just wrote your goal down, you're doing something way better than majority of people in life. You know?
I mean, I think that's, well, funny you mentioned that you go to events. I really, really do. I was saying, like, the fact that you set up at something that was meant for people to come to legitimately party and bullshit, how do you pick the events that you show up at?
Yo, life is random. I think through just actions, because my actions just like, yo, go to 10 events, find 10 events. And I always see cups and combos, and I thought they looking for vendors. I'm like, I'm a vendor. Why not? Why not? If there's games anyway, there's people that probably need to focus their life there anyway. I might as well be there as an opportunity. I didn't sell no books, to be honest with you there, but the feedback that I got from people was amazing. The people that set goals were amazing. The advice that I got was amazing. So sometimes it's not even about the sale of the book. It's more so it's about making those connections. Like, I would have never met you if I didn't sign up for that.
That's a fact.
So sometimes it's not even about me selling. It's just being a presence in the building and just letting people know, hey, you can be better. You don't have to be better with me, but hey, take a card, make a goal. Whether you achieve it or not, or you contact me or not, that's on you. But hey, take time, you know? So I feel like as long as I'm there giving people the opportunity, then I'm doing my part.
Listen, I feel like you go above and beyond, because not only did, I sit and do the the happiness level quiz with you, because at the time I was still kind of like figuring out what it was that I wanted to do with the show and everything. So I, wrote the goal of I was going to apply to a number, what I said, like 5 jobs a day or something like that. And, I was going to do that from that day up until I got a job. I did not do it 5 times a day, but you messaging me and reaching out and saying, hey, how far did you get on your goal today? The first time you asked me, I had to tell you the truth and say, no, I didn't do it, because I didn't want to lie and be that person. But then I felt bad. I was like, damn, this girl really checked on me to see if I was doing it. So that's why when you asked the second week, I was like, I did it. I did it. I can say I did it this time. How often do you reach out to people from the event?
I do it, I give everybody a week.
Okay.
So they could actually achieve it, and then I always reach out to them the week later and just see if people are they actually respond and say no, I didn't. I try to ask them again the following week or 2 weeks later, but I usually do it every week just because that accountability means everything. Like you said, it triggered you the first time, but the second time, and that's what I want people to just be accountable for themselves. And if you need a little help, it's a text. That's nothing to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I like it. I feel like when you win, I win. When people reach their goals, it's like me reaching my goals, because I want to help people reach goals. So it's good news when I hear oh, I didn't do it this week, but I did the week after. That's dope to me, And the people that do it that week, oh, thanks for checking on me. It's just being a person. I just like helping people. So it's just good to me when people actually achieve what they set out to do.
I try to do that amongst my friends. I don't know if I could be that I don't want to say engaged, but involved with strangers. You know what I mean? To me, because that can be, depending on the person and the week that they're having, or depending on, what happened, since they could feel feel judged, they could feel, you know what I mean? But I think it's really dope that you can just go out. How many people have reached out and been like, oh my God, I did whatever because of you, or
a lot. And I'm in the process of counting. I have at least 30, I know for sure. Being more, because I do it because I like it. So sometimes it's I forget, hey, you're supposed to be keeping up with this stuff. So I'm actually trying to be more, not productive, but make a more organized, and actually make a spreadsheet of the people that actually reached their goals versus the people that didn't, and the people that I need to contact more. But when I first started off, I just wanted to know, did you do it? Did I help? How can we be better? And I'm a life coach, so I like motivating people. So if they don't reach their goal, I'm gonna hit them with, get it next week. It's no judgment here. It's if you didn't do it this week, how can we make it easier so you can do it the following week, So if your goal was somebody went to stop smoking cigarettes and they had 14 a week, unfortunately they didn't do it. All right, cool. Let's go 16 this week. You don't have to be perfect. As long as you're trying to get there, you will succeed. The thing is just inspiring or motivating people to just keep trying. Trying, you're gonna get it. Anything you want in life, you keep doing it. You might fall a couple times, but you're gonna get it.
Absolutely. I feel like any little success is motivation enough to keep you going.
Exactly.
Any little because granted, even with being able to say that I applied for those jobs, in the back of my mind, I know I want to do this. So granted, even though I need money to keep doing this and, be comfortable, but if I should have made a better goal as far as how can I get myself paid from doing this? Because I was thinking from a place of, if I just get a job, then I'll have enough money to be able to do whatever it is I want. But it's like, I'm not taking into account the mental, fatigue that comes from a regular 9 to 5. And then am I going to still be motivated to
do what I
come
want
here
to
on a Friday night and sit and talk and be as, upbeat and, engaging as I am now. But being, Insta friends with you for so long, how do you bypass like the social anxieties of like talking to new people? Or is that something that you've never struggled with?
Yeah, I do stand-up comedy, so
I
don't really.
So this is now, you do job placement.
Yes.
You wrote a book.
Yes.
You are a life coach.
Yes.
And you do stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an advocate for doing what you love. So that's why I like parkouring. I do random stuff because I'm drawn to it. I love it. I feel like you do what you love, your passion comes out, so it's easy for you to do. So comedy just came because I really wanted to be a motivational speaker. I just never motivated myself to write a speech. So everybody would just laugh at the stuff I said. So I was like, let me see if I could take this on stage and present motivation in a different way. And so that's what I do as far as the comedy side. And I just promote like, hey, do what you love. If I could do it, you could do it.
So you do stand up some of these clubs too?
Yeah.
Get
I've been
out.
at like Broadway, New York City Comedy Club. But yeah, I've done it all. I've been around.
I think that is so dope. When's your next show? Why you don't promote your shows?
I know, and that's the thing I got to be better at because I've been so focused on the book. Because comedy was second nature. My real deal is like really helping people. So that's why I just turned all my focus off of comedy to like just promote the book, do more vending events. I go to open mics. I've been to like 3 in the last couple weeks. But I just really been trying to get the book out there. So that's
Do
been
you
my
bring your
focus.
books to like your
Comedy shows? Yes. So open mics, comedy shows. I was at a comedy show in Brooklyn and Rick Ross came in. Not the big Rick Ross, the OG Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross.
Oh.
Crazy story. So I get on stage and I just had finished the book. I took my book on stage, but I never presented it to like the crowd before. So it was like my first time ever doing it. And I was just nervous. I did my jokes. I had the book on stage, but I never promoted it, and then I got off. 2 people later, Rick Ross gets on stage with his book. I think his book was called Freeway Rick Ross, and he talked about it. Mad people bought his book at the end of the show, maybe because he was Rick Ross. But I was like motivated because I was like, yo, you went up there and you did what I wanted to do, and I didn't get to do it. So I talked to him after, the people calmed down. Like, let the groupies do their thing.
Right. I was like, I'm gonna let them get over, and then I'm gonna catch you on the walkout real quick. And be like, hey, by the way.
Exactly. So at the end, I went up, talked to him. I even gave him my book, and he was like, you're not going to sign it? He let me sign. I signed it for him, and he was like, never go anywhere without a book. And he told me, he was like, don't ever be afraid to present your book. We talked a little business. He gave me his number. I was like, what? Crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And at the time, I didn't know he was Rick Ross. You hear Rick Ross, I thought, I didn't know all that he did. So I got his book. I ended up buying his book and just reading it. And his book was actually motivational to me also. Like, he talked a lot about, like, how to, like, not get out the streets, but how to motivate yourself to be better, basically, also. But since then, I always have a book on me, and it people buy books, and I'm like, oh, I do have one. Or people ask, like, actually, I do have one. Thanks, Rick. So,
I mean, but that is smart. And I've been learning that in like this whole, marketing thing. It's like your comedy would be what they call the champagne. They come, they have a good time, they laugh, they get motivated without knowing that they're motivated. And then at the end, it's like, oh, well, if you felt good here, here's the book.
Yeah.
You can feel good at home.
Yeah.
So it kind of follows that same, pattern. I don't think I could do it. Like, as much as I sit and watch stand up and I'll joke and, talk shit with my friends, I don't think I have it in me to like pursue stand up for real.
Yeah, it's a beast out there. It's a beast. It's a whole thing. So I respect all the comedians out there that's actually pushing it hardcore because it's hard. It's hard. It's about who you know. You have to always perfect your craft. Everything's not funny to everybody, but you gotta own your jokes.
Don't we know
You gotta own your jokes, and you gotta just be you. I feel like as long as you're you on stage, whether people are laugh or not, to me, I feel like I have a message. So whether you laugh or not, like, just get my message. And people tend to laugh, and it's like, good, but focus your life though. You can laugh, and in the beginning of each section, I wrote a story. So some of the stories are funny, and it's just about me needing to focus my life. I feel like we all have FML moments.
FML, but
Yes.
instead of it being fuck my life, it's focus my life. And I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
look at you, what is it called?
Yeah.
Reclaiming the narrative.
Exactly. Because we all have those moments in life, and I just want to like highlight that. Like, I'm not perfect, but I am making a difference by setting a goal, and you can make a difference by setting a goal. So hopefully people are motivated by the stories, like, yo, Amira, you stupid, but you could be better than me. Set a goal, level up, let's do this shit together, you know?
That's a fact. That is a fact. Where you stood. My best friend made me aware that September is Suicide Awareness Month. And we just, had the 1 year, I guess, anniversary of Mac Miller taking his life. There's so many other people that we can like literally run down a laundry list. The Amy Winehouses, the Alexander McQueens, the Andrew, what is his name? Anthony Bourdains, like all of these people who lived what seemed like these amazing, great, productive lives, and yet they still weren't happy enough to maintain and decided to end everything. Like, have you ever been affected by anybody,
No, and not personally, but I personally have suicidal thoughts. Not currently, but I even wrote about it in the book. While I was getting my master's degree, the week before my thesis, you know how you have to do the big paper. Basically, I gave my big. It was 420. I definitely remember that. I gave my speech. I did my presentation, and basically my board of directors was like, "Great presentation, but you did it wrong. It was invalid. It was an invalid study. I compared two nonprofits." And I've been working on this the whole semester. I quit my job, was taking 3 full course classes, and the week before graduation, she told me, like, you did it all wrong. So literally I had to write a 70-page, it ended up being 90 pages, in a week. And when she hit me with that news, I was just like devastated. Like, like you worked so hard. I was so ready for graduation. You told me I did the whole last 4 months of my life was wrong. So that hit me hard. There's more about it in the book, but at that point, I kind of was like, fuck this, let's end this. Like, what am I doing right now? And that's when I had to realize, it's not even that serious. At the end of the day, my life is more important than this piece of paper. I did pass. I did finish it.
What did you get your master's in?
And that's the thing, I didn't even want the shit. I don't even know. Sorry. Urban studies and bullshit. I don't know. I went to college. Sorry. I went to college. I wanted to get my certification in nonprofit management. So after I took the certification class, I got the certification. They was like, oh, you have 3 more classes. You can graduate. So I was like, all right, I might as well take these 3 classes. It's only 3 classes. Not thinking they were like, master course classes. I'm used to taking a lot of classes undergrad, but I didn't think about the 3, classes that I'll be taking, plus the thesis on top of that. So it put a lot on me, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I realized I created that pressure. Like, I didn't have to put that pressure on me. It was my choice, and I just had to take a step back. I definitely thank my mom for praying. The people that was around me at the time definitely held me down. But that was a point in my life where it was devastating. It was devastating to hear that. So I definitely wrote about that in the book. I put the suicidal number on there. I did talk to a lot of people during that time that helped me, focus my life to make sure that I got through that week. And it was like it was crazy.
I couldn't imagine. I would have quit school. Like me, I'm the type of person that I would have been like, fuck you mean I did it wrong. Like, where was you 2 months ago?
And we had the check-ins because you have to check in with your professor. We had the check-ins. It was just like a slap in the face. And a week before, are you serious?
She was setting you up to fail.
I don't know, man. That was tough.
There's no other explanation for that. She saw a young, ambitious black person and set you up to fail. And I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall, but there's no other explanation for that. There's no way that, because I've done, final projects for undergrad, like I had a project management project, and basically it was like we had to come together as if we were running a tech company. And cool. It was like, you had somebody who was in charge of, R&D, you had somebody in charge of the website. And I sucked as a project manager, which was the takeaway from that class. But clearly that was a trigger. I hated that class and I hated those people. And I I didn't really talk about it when it happened, but I was at one of those moments where it was just like, if this is the class that keeps me from finishing my bachelor's, like I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Like legit, that's what it is. If that class would have kept me,
Yes, and at the end of the day, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to pass. We want to win. So.
But we want to do it in things that we actually want to do. So you did all of that work for that degree and you don't even want to use it?
Oh, I wanted the nonprofit certification so I could run a nonprofit. That's what I really wanted. So, and then if I would have like just stayed true to that, I would have been done with school. But then it would have been like, oh, you could have got your master's. You could have made more money. I don't know. At the end of the day, I made it, so everything for a reason. So
That's true. I'm pretty
through.
sure it'll come back around. Like those skills and everything that you learned going through all of that. Those will always
and the people that I met during those classes too, because those people held me down too. So I feel like everything for a reason. I met the right people. I did finish, and I got a story out of it. I got a story.
Everything is content, sis. Everything is content these days.
But yo, that was crazy. So anybody thinking about it, just take the pressure off yourself. It's not that, nothing's that serious. Life is, we're here to enjoy life, have fun. Don't put pressure on yourself for things.
That's a fact. So you mentioned that you're single AF.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Is that single and dating? Is that single and just, you know, chilling? Is that single and if it happens, it happens?
It's single and focused. I have plans on getting a van and traveling, taking my book, doing workshops across the country. So I feel like right now to be in a relationship, I was in like a long-term relationship. So to me, it's like this freedom is great. So I want to be able to...
Can we talk about the relationship, or is that still a wound that hasn't fully healed?
It hasn't fully healed, but we can talk about it because the dude's birthday is tomorrow. And he did call me literally a week ago with news that he's getting married and his wife or his fiance is pregnant.
The fuck he called you to tell you that for?
God knows. I'm a good person, I guess. I guess he wanted to, before I found out, I guess through social media, he wanted to like...
Wait, how long had y'all been broken up?
And that's the thing. I moved to New York and our relationship was like long distance. I don't know how long we've been broken up. I guess I would say since I've been to New York, but we was trying to make it work. I thought we were trying to make it work. So I don't know. I would say for real, like we haven't really communicated on that level for like maybe a year and a half.
Wait, so you said when you came to New York, where are you from?
I lived in Texas. That's where I went to school. I went to UTA, University of Texas, Arlington. And after I graduated, my sister was moving to Philly, so she had a U-Haul truck. So I was like, yo, I'll drive your truck with you. She was taking her car. And after I got to New York, I was born in Brooklyn. It was just like, oh, all this opportunity. Comedy was big. I could, comedy clubs was more out here. Like, I could do what I love and pursue my passion. End up getting a job and just living and loving it.
Really?
Yeah, so I kind of didn't run away. I think that's the story in the love section. I was like, I ran away from love, but it didn't chase me. Because I really thought we was together that long. Like, if you really wanted to be with me, like, where's the ring? Like, it was more than like 9 years, 10 years.
Girl, time out. Pause. Pause. You were with him for 9 to 10 years with no commitment of...
We lived together. I mean, I felt like the commitment was there, but the commitment wasn't there. Well, to my knowledge. I mean, you never know.
Years, girl.
Yo, who you telling? But it was a learning experience. He was a great guy. He still is a great person. But life, yo. What's for me is for me. So clearly,
you're right.
The shit wasn't for me.
You're right.
So,
you're right.
And I'm out here, so everything for a reason.
That's just so much. I mean, for one person... I mean, granted, you guys ended up... Do you have kids?
No, I do not have children.
I was about to say, like, for y'all to have been together for that long and then, it not pan out, like, did y'all ever have talks of marriage or anything like that? Like, was that even in the
beginning? I want to say yes. Maybe coming down to the end, maybe because I was still, like, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Do I want to pursue comedy? Do I want to live in New York? I feel like I avoided the conversation. I feel like, and I never really was like, oh, I want to get married. I'm still not that chick. Eventually, I would like to get married, have a family, but I wasn't pushing it. Like, my friends around me was getting married, but it was nothing that I felt like I had to do. I feel like if you want to marry me, like, I'm not gonna, you marry me, you propose, you be a man, you do what you need to do. I shouldn't have to be like, hey, babe, do you want to get married? Or, hey, I feel like Nah,
Yeah,
I need somebody that's gonna lead and take. If you want to do that, do that. You know.
Yeah, I can't do the leaving hints and leaving, ring pages on his website. Like, girl, I hear so many stories, but I believe you wholeheartedly, because I spent a huge chunk of my, what they call my prime, with one person, and it didn't pan out in a, relationship, marriage, whatever, either. The only difference is we are still friends to this day. And we still joke like we have a pact, like if, we get to a certain age and we're still, kidless and spouseless, then we'd be like, fuck it, we want, get back together. But or you really have to have somebody who's either equally as busy or they're more understanding than the average.
Yeah.
Because it's just like with you traveling, you said you were going to like Philly and you travel all over. You're always at events. I've always seen you on Instagram. Like, you're constantly posting. You're constantly out there getting your book to the people. Somebody has to be either willing to take those trips with you or willing to chill at home and talk to you, when they talk to you. So.
Yeah. And I want somebody that's going to do both. Like, do you. I want to see you succeed. Do what you love and all that fun stuff. But I also want that support and that understanding. Like, hey, babe, you do you too. So I needed something more like, mutual. And he was cool, and he's doing his own thing. Shout out Jimmy. He did open up a restaurant after I left, so maybe I was a distraction.
See, I don't have that. I don't have no ex that went on to do better.
Maybe you're bad luck.
If I was bad luck and I left them, then they would have done better.
You could be someone who's dealing with them and they just not fall off because of you.
I'm not that girl at all. I support your dreams. I support whatever you say you want to do. It's so funny. So speaking of comedy, Walt from Black Ink, he did a comedy show, and one of his jokes was, women be more invested in their man's goals than the man. It's like you tell a woman, babe, I want to do this. By the next day, she got the plans, she got the applications, she knows where to send, she got this number, babe, go ahead. I was always that girl.
Same.
Anything that a dude, came to me and said he wanted to do, it was,
How
here's
can I
this,
support
here's
you?
that,
How
here's
can we be
blah,
better?
blah,
Yeah.
here's the school, here's the program, here's the, all of that. So the fact that my exes ain't been on they shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's dumb.
Everybody
And
has
they
their
bad
own
shit.
personal choice.
Maybe they need to go get a mirror book so that they can focus their fucking life and get their shit together. How about that?
Facts. Facts. Focus.
Trying to come at my neck, talk about I'm bad luck. Nigga, bye. I'm a fucking joy, okay?
Right.
I am a ray of sunshine out this motherfucker. This was just something stupid. Are you superstitious at all?
I try not to be, but a little bit.
Like, what are some of like your top superstitions, especially when it comes to like things like focusing? Because a lot of times people say don't tell people your goals or don't tell people things that you want because they'll wish bad on it and it won't happen.
Yeah.
Or like, don't count your chickens before they hatch and stuff like that. How do you combat that with, being optimistic and wanting to put forth goals and aspirations in the world?
I think really at the end of the day, just having God as a foundation.
Amen.
I feel like you can hate on my goals or you can talk whatever, but as long as I'm praying and I'm taking actions and I'm accountable to myself, then nothing, no bad luck, no superstition, I feel like is really gonna be able to touch that because I have a bigger power.
I mean, that is very true. Like, that is very, very true. And I find like a lot of people. Not that I judge people for not being spiritual or that I judge people for not having a belief system, but I do find the funny way that things happen to work a lot is the ones who would benefit from it the most usually don't have it. But then on the flip side, the ones who do, claim to be spiritual, religious, and all of those things, they don't necessarily always display, those traits. Like, I know for me, like, it's probably hard for a lot of people to understand just how deep my faith runs because I curse like a sailor. I drink and all of that. And it might not be the most Christ-like walk or journey. However, if you are somebody who's close to me and you know that I'm, the most giving person, the most helpful person. I'm helping you, I'm the ear, the shoulder, the sounding board, all of that stuff. So how do you usually like align yourself like when you're in these different spaces? Like, is like your faith at the forefront, or is that just something that's personal to you?
I feel like it comes out when it comes out. I feel like I don't try to present it as like, oh my God, look at me, God loves me, but I feel like in my core I know He does. So if it comes out through conversation, if it comes out through my actions, then that's how it should flow. But I don't try to like force people to like, hey, you should follow God, you should do this, you should do that. I'll give you a suggestion, but hopefully it's all coming from a genuine, place.
Do you ever like pray about like what you're gonna say to people, what you present to people, like when you do your stand-ups and stuff, or like what your general message is gonna be? Like, pray or meditate on any of those
Definitely,
things?
and I need to do it even more. I should have did an extra prayer before I walked in here and talk about relationships and shit. But I definitely always try to put God first and like pray in my own way, say a little something. And even in the book, I tell people like sometimes I feel like you think you know what you need to focus on. So sometimes it's not even the low area that you need to focus on. So I put all the areas on like a piece of paper. I say a quick prayer, and that's how I pick my personal focus points. I pick it by random because I feel like if I saw what I needed, I'm gonna think I need love right now. I think I need this, but really, Amira, no, you needed spirituality. Really, Amira, you needed personal growth. So the only reason I'm focused on personal growth right now is because that was a random pick. I should have probably been focusing on. I thought I needed the love and focus on the career or focus on finances, but God told me, or however I picked it, it was like, yo, nah, this is your focus. And this focus area has took me through a journey. I'm not eating meat right now. I didn't drink in 18 days. I haven't smoked. I haven't done anything. So it's putting me in this whole new, like, mindset that I wouldn't have done on my own if I was like, hey, personal growth, hey, you should work on this. Nah, man, I need some like let me get on Hinge real quick. Like, come on. I think everything works like, how it's supposed to. Everything for a reason.
You know what? I think you're right. Because I want to say at the beginning of the summer, me and my homegirls, we were all single. We were like, yeah, we're going to go out. We're going to do this. We went and did fucking speed dating together. That's how much energy we was giving
into it, yeah,
to going out and wanting to find another person.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens that from then till now, only one of us has managed to be in like a relationship. However, for me, I feel like we go to speed dating and I have fun. It was interesting. Met a bunch of characters. So afterwards, we decided to go out. I met somebody, and me and that person try to like hang out and talk or whatever. And he's the first person who actually got me into podcasting, like official. Like, cool. I would guest host on different people's shows. I would like call into different people's shows and shit like that. But actually being like a feature on a podcast, I did all of that through that guy, and I did a couple of episodes, like maybe 10 episodes with them. But then we ended up splitting up. I don't know which one I was mad at more, whether we split up as a group or whether we split up because he and I had stopped talking or whatever it was. But at that moment, I really realized that all of the things that I said I didn't want to do as far as learning that, I was then forced to, because now I developed this habit of liking to get in front of a mic, get to talk to different people, have a lot of these conversations. Like I said, I'm socially awkward as fuck. Like, I can't go out and talk to random people and like just start conversations. Like,
I couldn't tell that. You seem like you could talk to people.
Girl, see, the thing about it is a lot of people get this confused about me. Confidence and fuck it, they look the same, but they not. They like sugar and salt. Like, from the outside, you'll think they're the same thing. But I just have more fuck it than I have confidence, to where it's just like, if somebody judges or feels a type of way or whatever, fuck them. What do you want to do? Fight me? I dare you. But as far as like the actual confidence of like putting myself forward and doing that type of thing, I don't think I would have been able to do it outside of, I guess, that conditioning from dealing with them, because it was two other people. They already knew each other. I was kind of just, in the middle. They were two. But now, this being me, the amount of support and the amount of like my friends, family, everybody who catches the show and everything, like the emails, the calls, the texts, and I think I told them that all the time. Thank y'all, because trust and believe. This would have been like a long, if it wasn't for so many people who ask like, when are you gonna do this? When are you gonna have this sound? And blah blah blah. Or what are y'all gonna talk about next? Like, that kind of keeps me going, which is
thank
why.
you to those people, because I wouldn't be here if you had stopped. So thank you for keep doing what you love, because it affects other people too. Like, you're impacting other people too. So you gotta realize that.
I would like to hope so, but I just talk shit. Like, I don't do nothing special. Like, something like this, like, which celebrity is creating freaking life coach journals for people that they themselves actually use? Like, granted, we could have, all the Oprah Super Soul Sunday episodes in the world, but Oprah ain't been poor for Lord knows how long. Oprah can't relate right now. Like, she just can't. But I think it's a testament to, what it is that people actually want to do, and following that and being brave enough to follow that. So there was another question. So I asked you about if you were superstitious. It's so funny. So my family is Caribbean.
Mine too. Guyanese? What is your family?
Jamaican.
Okay, my family.
So your family don't turn on lights at 6 o'clock. They don't give away things.
I'll be hearing that. You don't tell people thank you after they do your hair, or if you get swept with a broom, you can't get married, or don't let people walk over you. You're gonna be short. And I'm like, well, too late. If that's gonna be my reason I'm not getting married because y'all swept me, then that's my reason. If I'm short because y'all walked over me, damn, I'm short. Like, if I can't help it, then if I can't change it myself, then I guess. But I'm not superstitious like that.
I am to a certain extent, but it's never like a hindering superstition. It's always like a good thing. Like, I never really look at it. Well, there was ones where I used to believe that if you opened a bag of chips upside down, that means you were going to lose something. Because for the longest time, that shit used to happen to me as a kid. Like, if I accidentally opened the chips the wrong way,
you lost something?
I lost something. Like, literally either the next day or not too far behind there. But it was for a long time, you couldn't tell me that wasn't a real superstition.
Maybe one that I don't know if it's a superstition or more so, I don't know. But I've heard when you see numbers in, multiple, like 111 or 222 or 333, that's supposed to be a good sign, and they have things that come with it. It means like angels are around you when you see those numbers. So I don't know if it's a superstition, how true it is, but when I see 111 or 222, I'm like, I get happy. I try to take superstitions in a positive way then. And because then I see them, I'm like 333. Oh shoot, I'm getting money soon or whatever. Whatever those numbers mean. I think I have it in my phone. I just take it as like, if I'm gonna be superstitious, let it be for my benefit. Don't let it be for the negative, because I don't want to, I don't want to think about those types of things. I want to focus on the good things that are happening to me. So I think that's maybe one thing I've been looking for lately is like, oh, I be seeing numbers on license plates or on phone numbers. It's like, oh shoot, like angels are here. Just a positive way to be superstitious, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like you kind of give things whatever it is that they're supposed to mean. Like with the potato chip thing, that was never a thing for nobody but me. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on the planet, and whoever I tried to convince
I never heard
as a child, because I'm pretty sure I've tried to convince a number of people that was yes, like, don't do it. Like, yes, I was that person.
Let me make sure mine is alright. Like, yo, I don't need to lose shit up.
Yeah, let's not bring that back. You mentioned you want to take a truck around the country?
A van home, yeah. So I've been saving for a van. I've been actually looking for some lately. And I think it's fun. Like, it gets me excited. And then I found out, because I follow van life, #van life, and you see people deck out their vans. It looks like little condos. We in New York. People's vans look better than people's houses. So it's dope. And then I found out they have a black van life, #black van life. So there's other people of color out there actually rocking it in vans, because I wasn't seeing that. And somebody put it on the forefront, like, hey, how come we not showing people of color actually out here doing this stuff? So I started following the black van life, and it's dope. I'm like, oh, yo, we could click up. We out here. Like, we could do this. So I'm not the only one. Yo, it is. I'm going to show you a picture. I be posting them all the time. They are dope.
But you see that and you think hippies. You think
that's what my uncle said.
You think cults. You think, like, you don't think, you think
my
homeless. You think homeless, bohemian hippies when you think of people living in vans.
Yo, you should see my family. They, like, my uncle. Yeah, yo, look at this. You wouldn't live in that.
Bruh, where are you washing your behind?
Let's not get into the technical stuff. Just look at let's not get there yet. That's not that part. But you gotta get a gym membership. half of us are paying for gym memberships and not going, so you might as well. We all got it. So Planet Fitness has the most. Yo, they are so dope. I'm so. Why is it like that? Or maybe I'm gonna just say that's the men's side because the women were better. Or have your flip flop.
It looks dope. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
and I like to travel, so I think like, yo.
But what are you gonna do about Wi-Fi? What are you gonna do about?
I'm not there yet. I don't know, but yeah.
These are international.
They're not fast enough.
And then you go. There's Starbucks. There's always
yes,
places.
I've used my hotspot on my phone, and it's not fast enough.
It's fast enough when you're on the road.
Yeah, right. You make it work. I just believe like it's gonna work.
I could do it for a vacation. I couldn't do it as a lifestyle. Like I couldn't do it as a.
Damn.
I am. I must be. I must.
Go live off the grid. You'd probably die.
First of all, if you want to hit a really real, half my wardrobe is not fitting anywhere near in that van.
Yeah, that is.
You're not taking half your wardrobe.
You can't.
Necessities.
Yeah, you got to.
Everything is a necessity.
No, the fuck it's not.
Everything is a necessity. Are you crazy?
They had this challenge. You had to only wear 33 items for I think it was 2 weeks. Including your jewelry, including your shoes, including
like
all your
piece
clothes.
individual,
Yes,
like 33 individual.
Yes.
So if
I
I'm
think it was 33.
if I'm at 33 with one earring, I can't
You
put
done.
the other earring on.
You can't put on clothes. You're done. You're just wearing your earring out. But basically, it's a challenge to see, and then you get real creative. You get real creative. I would challenge you to do it for a week.
I have 5 pairs of black leggings, just black. They're different styles, different textures.
What has my motto been for like the last year and a half? Less is more.
But that's you and your life. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
A lot of black people lives.
Yeah.
That need to be black.
Because you gotta think about how much money we spending on this stuff. How bad do you need 5 different pairs of the same, not the same black leggings, but who's knowing the texture is different on that?
Me. You have your leggings for hot days, leggings for cold days, leggings when it's chilly, leggings to work out.
I haven't bought a pair of sneakers in 2 years.
Good. 200 pairs?
What do I need some collection?
Oh, wow.
Just sneakers, like no duffel bags, no sneakers. No suitcases, just sneaker boxes.
And you was passionate about it? Did you talk about it, blog about it, sell them, flip them? Or you just, okay.
I think one time I sold at least like 10, 15 pairs. I probably made about like $3-4 grand off it.
Okay, see, that's what's up. That could be a hustle.
I ain't saw the shit no more.
I'm down to 100. I'm keeping the rest.
Oh, so he can have 100 sneakers, but I can't have 5 pairs of leggings. You see the hypocrisy?
I haven't bought a pair since in 2 years. I used to buy sneakers every week.
So what made you stop or change that? What?
The Get Rich, not Get Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah.
People always talk about those books, and
they're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
And it's all about mindset. That's the main thing. Huge of it.
Well, one of them is I forget which one it is. I think it's the first one that y'all mentioned. I think that's the one that's on YouTube as an audio book.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me the link and told me to read it or listen to it rather.
Those are good personal development books, and I've learned a lot from reading those books.
Listen, the only personal development books that I've really gotten into. Shut the fuck up. You see what I mean? The disrespect. First of all, that is an urban fiction. That is not a personal development. You asshole.
Sorry, what is development?
No, I read a finance book that taught me how to save.
Okay.
And that kind of got me out of, I was able to get myself out of debt because I had a shit ton of, consumer debt coming out of college. It helped me save a substantial amount of money for when I needed it. Like before, I was still going out, hanging out, brunching, carrying on, and all the foolishness. But now
you thinking like, yo.
No, it's past that. Now it's like, all right.
But the whole thing with Think and Grow Rich, being rich is a mindset. Like everything is mental. So
people in that book, they were frugal. They didn't have these big lavish houses. They bought other houses already built. You know how people always say, "Oh, when I get rich, I'm gonna get a house or whatever." Now, most of the people wasn't doing that shit.
Oh no, I watched too much $1 Million Listing to ever buy or build a house. I'm renovation all day. all day. And then I know too many people who are in like, real estate. Like I have a new friend on Facebook every day that's getting a real estate license. So no matter what state I want to go to, I know somebody that I can call. Every one of them. But no, I know you gotta head back to Brooklyn. But I appreciate you coming in. I thank you so much for making time because this was pretty short notice. But if there's anything that you want to plug, anything that you got coming up, you want to give all of your Insta handles and everything where people can find you.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely go to www.tmegoals.com. Everything's on there pretty much. Or you can find me on Instagram, TME Goals. Or Yo, it's Amira. Do I post comedy on there? Sometimes I post comedy, but that's my personal page. And I would just tell everybody, just make a goal. If you can, take the quiz, whatever your low area, make a goal, hit me up. I'll definitely keep you accountable for that week. And if you want me to keep you accountable longer, just let me know. We can set something up.
I was going to say, is that like part of like life coaching though? Like for people who go and actually like hire life? That's a question.
Yes, definitely in getting clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
So plug your life coaching stuff, girl. What's going on?
That's it. So as long as you hit me up, but I want people to feel comfortable. Like I feel like you part of my team. If I'm coaching you, I gotta feel like we're a fit, like we can get along, like we like each other. You know what I mean? So I don't want to impose my coaching on people unless they want it. So if they make a goal, they like how it works out, then we can talk. If you want me to keep keeping up with you, how much that costs and how long, and we can set up packages for that.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much. This has been an amazing conversation. I thank you once more because it's truly a good thing that you're doing. And
guys,
until next time.